Today's horoscope, Aquarius September 16th, 2024. Discover your future with my daily horoscope for you about love, work, health, money and compatibility with other signs. A person or group association that is more creative, visionary, unusual, or unconventional can figure strongly in your life now. There can be a positive romantic turnaround or burst of energy. Wonderful support is with you for dealing with complicated or problematic matters in creative and peaceful ways. Your mind is open to possibilities. Things you've buried recently, for example, can resurface now. Today's transits also bring a rather intensive focus on research, investigation, or your personal psychology and a deeper understanding of things. You can benefit from reserving time to pour your mental energies and dedication into absorbing pursuits or passion projects. A discussion or intense musings about private matters can be in focus. Laughter will be ringing through the air like church bells everywhere that you go today. In fact, you could feel so filled with love for life that you look up to the sky and are overwhelmed with gratitude. As sweet Venus, our goddess planet of pleasure, tosses a firework into the sky, glorious Jupiter will join in. In fact, the two will be shooting off sparklers and bright-colored lights like a grand finale. Use this moment to express your feelings to your one and only. You could find that your hearts beat in the same rhythm. If single, reach out to someone who you adore to the moon and back. A creative path could be aligned with your professional journey. It might be time to see where something you enjoy could lead, as Venus in Libra trines Jupiter in Gemini. You may have a talent, hobby, or idea that could go the distance. But you may also struggle to pursue it, especially if you have a stable job or if you lack the confidence to follow a passion project. No matter what the excuse might be, the cosmic energy has aligned in your favor. Consider taking on a creative venture in your professional journey since creativity leads to fulfillment. The cosmic climate gives you the emotional security to pick and choose what you want. Whom you communicate with, what you have for dinner. When you go to bed, these desires are made clearer at this time. On the other hand, be on the lookout that certain areas of your life don't fluctuate with your changing moods. You should try to exercise at least 3 times a week. If you fail to do so because you just weren't in the mood, I guarantee your mood will worsen. This will be the most important period of the year for you. So, don't miss the boat. Indeed, the vibrations will be asking you to have a lot of personal initiative. This isn't the moment to fall asleep. You are in an active and dynamic phase, and the action you take will probably affect your future. This would be the ideal moment to think about changing your job or where you live. So, be yourself, express your personality, and be creative. If you do all this, nothing will be able to stop you. The moon's first visit to Aquarius since Pluto, the planet of change and transformation, left at the start of last week is a valuable opportunity for reflection. The moon returns every 4 weeks, but for the first time since January, there is no planetary activity here. Once Pluto returns in November, this won't happen again for another 2 decades. This allows you to enjoy some mental clarity without overthinking while enhancing the positive influence of a friendly aspect between Venus and Jupiter on life's playful, creative, and adventurous side. In case of perfect timing, it is over the weekend that a friendly aspect between Venus in an adventurous part of your chart and Jupiter in your romantic sector peaks. As the planets of love and luck join forces, this is not only bringing the spirit of romance and adventure together but is creating one of the most romantically charged weekends of the year and one of the luckiest for love. Daily Planetary Overview. Have you ever found yourself second-guessing a decision you once felt so sure about? It's natural to feel confident in your choices initially, especially when everything seems to line up perfectly. You can envision the path ahead, whether it's in a relationship, career, or a personal goal, and it feels right in the moment. But then, as time goes on, doubt creeps in, and you begin to overthink. Did I really make the right decision? Is this the right direction for me? This tug-of-war between certainty and uncertainty is something many of us experience, especially when Mars in Cancer squares the south node of karma and the north node of fate. It's a moment where you might feel unsure about your choices, wondering if they will lead you to where you need to be. But here's the thing, life is full of unknowns, and sometimes, you simply won't know where your decisions will take you until you see how everything unfolds. It's okay to feel unsure. It's part of the process of growth and discovery. Have you ever looked back at a situation where you were uncertain, only to realize later that it all worked out in a way you couldn't have anticipated? Trust that this could be one of those moments. Allow yourself the grace to let the future reveal itself in its own time. However, it's important to remember that you can't force things to happen before they're ready. Sometimes we want something so badly that we push too hard, only to find that it doesn't fulfill us the way we thought it would. If you've been chasing something that doesn't quite align with your needs, today is a reminder to pause and reassess. Is it really what you want, or are you clinging to it out of habit or fear of change? Give yourself permission to let go of things that aren't serving you, and you might find that new, more meaningful opportunities come your way. Speaking of new opportunities, you're likely to be surrounded by fresh ideas and unconventional proposals. It's as if the universe is throwing open a door and saying, "Look at all these possibilities." Even if the old methods or familiar paths have worked for you in the past, it's a good idea to keep your options open. People around you may offer perspectives you hadn't considered before, and those insights could help you see things in a completely new light. Have you ever had someone point out a connection or possibility that you'd overlooked, only for it to completely shift your approach? That's the kind of energy you're working with today. Stay open, because what seems unconventional might just be the key to unlocking something amazing. On the financial front, things are looking bright. You've got a sharp sense of how to negotiate and make the most of your resources. Have you noticed how lately you've been able to turn even small opportunities into something bigger? Today, more doors may open, especially when it comes to making new contacts. These new relationships could prove to be valuable down the road, so take the time to nurture them. Trust your instincts when it comes to finances. If something doesn't feel right, you'll know it, and you can steer clear of any potential missteps. Ultimately, today is all about finding balance. You're in a powerful position to move forward with grace and confidence, but it's also a day to reflect, reassess, and stay open to the unexpected. Have you ever been in a situation where you thought you had everything figured out, only to have a surprise opportunity or insight completely change your direction for the better? That could be today. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Are there any decisions you've been second-guessing lately? How do you usually handle moments of uncertainty? Let's start a conversation and support each other through the twists and turns of life's journey. After all, we're all navigating this together, and sometimes, just knowing you're not alone in your experience can be incredibly empowering.